Don't you worry that you're not really relating to the women
But
as
I am
human
relating.
beings?
I'm
because you're just running a script.
I'm not running
like
a
a pattern
script.
in your head.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're looking at times when Louis Theroux's mask slipped, and he let us know how he was really feeling.
He looks as though he's a bit dubious. He's like, well, who is she? What's going on?
Well, that may be your interpretation.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Mark Rathbun.
But for more than 20 years, he was the consummate insider.
It feels pretty secure.
And he still believes in aspects of Scientology.
In 2015, Louis had Scientology in his sights, the controversial modern religion that prides itself on its extreme secrecy. He was joined in this endeavor by Mark Rathbun, a former senior Scientologist and now outspoken critic. But Louis was skeptical of Rathbun, particularly because Rathbun still believed in certain parts of Scientology's doctrine.
And he is another embittered and disgruntled, defrocked apostate.
Another?
Well, in addition to you.
He also thought that the scripts Marty had been writing, that would be recreated by actors as part of the documentary, were likely biased because of the way Rathbun left the church. He's open about not entirely trusting Rathbun, even at one point calling Rathbun embittered, which sparks a tense argument.
Why would you call me what the church calls me? Do I look embittered? I could care less, Louis. Embittered is the last adjective that would apply to me. I'm way beyond embittered. I don't care.
Bashir.
With you, there's always that suspicion that you're going to turn this into something ridicule, Michael. I think that he's been hurt so much by the press, by television.
In the early 2000s, Louis became focused on making a documentary about Michael Jackson and kept trying to contact Michael through his friend and self-appointed bouncer, the contentious magician Uri Geller.
A certain journalist in ITV, I believed that he had credibility and he was honest in what he was saying. I'm not saying that you're not honest, no.
Early on though, after being refused permission to talk to Michael numerous times, Louis gets to talk to Geller, who says that he's given the scoop to Martin Bashir over at ITV instead. Upon learning he's been scooped even though he contacted them first, Louis is visibly upset.
I contacted you, when was it, early June? About hoping to meet Michael.
Yeah.
And maybe being part of the Exeter City football event.
In hindsight, it's clear that the wrong decision was made from Jackson's perspective. Bashir was the one trying to catch him out, not Theroux, with his documentary contributing towards Jackson's eventual trial in 2005.
I know you got an email from Terry. I think you know that I know because the email was CC'd to you.
Look,
and we did intend to interview Terry.
HS Tiki Toki's mum.
That type of thing, the way women are stereotyped if they have multiple partners to the way that men are, I find it extraordinary, but it's been like that since the beginning of time, and sadly...
We should push back on that though, shouldn't we?
After spending months talking to misogynistic Manosphere influencers, Louis finally gets to talk to one of the most intriguing people in the circle, HS Tiki Toki's mum, Elaine. HS, that's Harrison Sullivan, or Harris to his mother, espouses all kinds of toxic views about women, and Louis wants to know what Elaine makes of it.
But you said that if you had a son and he was gay, you'd disown him.
That's not homophobic.
He asks her probing questions that make clear his views about the men he's been interviewing, insisting that Sullivan's extreme opinions need to be countered by the people around him. At the very end of the film, he's clear that he thinks influencers like HS are dangerous and that more needs to be done to stop them from having a negative impact on the world.
It's tempting to see the extreme male influencers as adversaries spewing hate, and in some ways they are.
Hypnosis.
Now, is that so that if you need to, you can hypnotize yourself?
No. The reason for the mirror...
Could you do that?
You could.
Could you hypnotize yourself now?
All
I'd
I
like to
have
see
to
what that
do,
looks
all
like.
I have to do is sit down, snap my fingers, and I go into hypnosis.
Louis headed to Las Vegas to learn about America's growing self-help industry, first talking to a hypnotist, Dennis Lowry, and not even bothering to hide that he thinks it's mostly a load of old tosh. Louis is extremely skeptical of the benefits of hypnosis, at one point testing Dennis by asking him to hypnotize himself.
Your eyelids are heavy, your eyes are closing. You're a wonderful human being, and you have the potential to accomplish everything you should so desire.
He outright calls out that Dennis could just be lying and pretending to hypnotize himself, though he does attend a few classes. Still, it's clear that Louis is not particularly convinced at the end of all this, but then he's clearly never needed to be hypnotized to achieve professional success.
I didn't want to come back, I wanted to stay there. It's a wonderful feeling to be there. Thank you.
Captive tigers.
Joe, are they chimpanzees?
Dance. Turn around. Turn around. There we go.
Would you get in there with them?
No.
In an older documentary, Louis traveled America to talk to the people who keep large wild animals as pets. He ended up making a film largely about Joe Exotic, the Tiger King, years before he'd risen to fame on Netflix. The entire time, Louis can't hide how afraid he is. He has encounters with lions, tigers, bears, and perhaps an animal even more volatile, a chimpanzee.
Is this safe? Oh, they're coming in.
Watch. Get him! Get him!
The animals in their cages are also evidently distressing to Louis, who's skeptical of the conditions they're being kept in, though it's apparently a temporary tornado measure. Early on, he accompanies Joe Exotic as he rehomes somebody else's pet big cats, keeping them in the sorts of facilities no modern zoo would use.
See, normally he wouldn't growl at you. Hey, that's your girlfriend, tell him. Yep.
Do you like it when they do that to you?
No, we don't encourage that.
Demolition Derby.
As the cars lined up, even I started feeling nervous.
Here we go. There we go.
Another frightening moment for Louis was when he went to the US to learn about demolition derbies, where cars crash into each other and slowly get destroyed. He's perhaps even more afraid of the cars than he was of the wild animals, and indeed, far more people die in car accidents each year than from tiger attacks. He was anxious just watching others compete, let alone when he got involved himself.
From the first hit, I knew it was going to be misery. Nothing had prepared me for this.
He got even more nervous after he'd had some practice and realized people were rooting for him to win. He's spent time in prisons and shadowing armed police, but it's clear that the derby scared him more than most other situations he's been in.
Oh no! I didn't want to do it again.
Yeah, you gotta do it again.
And Widdecombe's house.
I'm Louis.
I know you're Louis. Would you like to come in,
Yes,
Louis?
please.
As part of When Louis Met, Louis wanted to talk to the late Tory MP Anne Widdecombe. At the time, she was still in the shadow cabinet and living in London, so he stopped by her house to have a look around, wanting to get to know the real Widdecombe. But he doesn't mince words where her home decor was concerned, judging her collection of bear-themed plates.
You got some teddy bears up here.
Oh, the bear plates. I think they're quite amusing.
I'm going to pick one up very gingerly.
He tells her he wouldn't decorate his own house in such a way, and then moves on to trying to quiz her about her private life, which she shuts down. It's quite rare for Louis to comment on what someone puts on their walls, especially something as innocuous as antique plates. He must have really hated them.
I mean, I couldn't have something like that on my wall. It would just be I'd find it embarrassing.
But I'm not embarrassed by it, so it's as well it's on my wall and not...
That's right.
Max Clifford.
How did you find out that we were going to be here?
Yeah.
Max told you.
Yeah.
Did Max tell you as well?
Yeah.
Why?
Wanted us down here, maybe, I don't know.
It wasn't horror or fear he was trying to hide from Max Clifford, but rather bemusement, when at the end of his filming, a group of photojournalists turned up at Clifford's local Sainsbury's.
What?
Do you think we should level with them?
No, I never hear the bloody last of it if you tell him. No, so don't tell him.
Louis grills the journalists and finds out that Clifford invited them, then hears the details from Max himself because he's still got his microphone on. Louis quizzes him further, wanting to know why he's done all this, only for Clifford to turn the tables and accuse Theroux of organising a sting.
You came up to do a piece on Simon, you said you wanted to do a piece on me, you know, you'd read about the Louis thing, etc, etc.
Eventually, he's so irate with Louis's questions that he shuts down the documentary, but not until the proof has already been caught on tape. Louis didn't hide how bizarre he found it all.
Literally overheard you on the mic saying,
say what we're doing, we're calling it a day.
Do you think we should level with Louis? And Max said, no, don't tell him the truth.
Talking to settlers.
Do you view Palestinians and Jews as equal?
No.
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 Much like talking to the Manosphere influencers, the 2 times Louis has been to the West Bank, he's also been unable to hide what he feels about some of what's going on. He talks to Israeli settlers about their illegal expansions beyond the country's original borders and questions them about what they really think of Palestinians.
Do Arabs here have the vote?
To the Israeli
Knesset?
No. No, they do not.
So that isn't democracy.
Yes, it is.
Some of the answers he got were chilling, and they reacted poorly. He also accuses them of hypocrisy for saying Israel is a democracy when only half of its population can vote, and for hiring Arabs to build out their new settlements.
These 2 guys look like they're of Arab heritage, and
the Israeli citizens.
They're working here in an illegal settlement. That's quite surprising.
Well, not really, because most builders in all these places are Arabs.
In a sense, they're building themselves out of existence.
Things take a turn when, near the end, he's in a car being pelted by rocks and feels like he's in immediate danger.
That was a rock.
That was a rock. 2 minutes away from the old city.
Whoa!
Pick up artistry.
I don't know what, I feel like I'm going to throw up.
You don't.
I do. No, I seriously do.
In the US again, Louis connected with a pickup artist, Ross Jeffries, to learn about his sinister seduction techniques. Jeffries encourages Louis to approach women in public and try to seduce them, something that doesn't go particularly well. Louis tries it, but in the end, feels too uncomfortable approaching strangers and asking them odd questions about his book of constellations.
You're getting good at this. You're getting really good.
He tells Jeffries outright that he feels like a creep going up to people in public, and that Jeffries' techniques are dangerous in the wrong hands, implying that, perhaps, Jeffries' own hands are the wrong ones. We doubt Louis applied any of these tips after filming ended.
I'll give you this, Ross. It's a powerful tool, but in the wrong hands, of course, that could be like a complete disaster because you can manipulate people.
Let us know what Louis videos you want to see next in those comments below.